Hey everyone, I hope that you guys had an awesome weekend and are getting your week started off well. I wanted to touch base with you and give you the announcements. First one is that this Wednesday we will have regular LSM, so that'll be from 6 o'clock to 7:15. I misspoke on Sunday to the youth. We are actually finishing up our how to make this the best year ever, because last week, obviously, most of you guys know, if not all of you, should have received an email or been at church this past Sunday or Wednesday, but the news with me and Aaron. So that took last Wednesday. So we're going to finish up our How to Make This the Best Year Ever series this Wednesday and talk about accountability. But that's going to be from 6 o'clock to 7:15 down in the youth room. Remember, you can stay connected to us on Instagram and Twitter at LSM_students. You can also subscribe to our podcast at Lascassas Student Ministry. So make sure that you're staying connected to us. We're still collecting money for the capital campaign down in the youth room. There's new EC magazines and parenting teen magazines. Again, those are in the kiosk up in the front foyer and also down in the youth room. So make sure you grab one of those. If you have friends or family that you think would benefit from those are free resources that we get as a student ministry. I encourage you guys to take those. One big thing that's coming up is beauty night. So girls that have RSVP'd for that, please don't forget that that's this coming Saturday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock at the Browns house. They're on 126 Declaration Drive in Lascassas. So you guys will be getting together. Aaron told me that you guys are going to be dressing up like princesses and stuff. If you want to, you don't have to. But if you want to dress up as your favorite Disney princess, then you're welcome to do that. You guys are going to have a special meal and some activities that you guys do. So that's this Saturday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. This coming Sunday, we will have a meeting down in the youth room about D-Now. It'll just be about a 15-minute meeting. We're going to talk about what to bring. I'm going to tell you what host homes your kids are in and so forth. We're going to have addresses for those. So make sure that you are down in the youth room right after Sunday school this coming Sunday on the 17th. If you weren't a part of the Mexico mission trip meeting, please talk to me if you want any information about that. The dates for that trip are June the 17th through the 22nd. The total cost for that trip is $600, but don't let finances keep you from going. Pastor Kenneth reinforced that, hey, we have money. If your kid wants to go, we're going to try to make that happen. So anyways, it's $600. And then March the 3rd, so that's coming up really soon. That's going to be the registration deadline. That's to help us plan well and to get plane tickets and so forth. There's also a $150 deposit due March the 3rd as well to hold your spot. Okay, so we talked about this Wednesday. This coming Sunday, we will have regular community groups from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. The middle school guys will be with the high school guys this week, and the middle school girls will be with the high school girls this week. So that will be this coming Sunday evening. Okay, that's pretty much everything. If you guys do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer them. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to make this as brief as possible. Aaron and I shared with the church congregation this past Sunday and then the youth this past Wednesday that we are feeling led to step away from leading here at LBC and go into full-time, for me to go into full-time counseling and the ministry of counseling. With that said, it's not an immediate transition, so the timeline looks like that everything's going to stay the same. All of my regular weekly activities or weekly responsibilities are going to stay the same all the way until the end of the school year. And then when summer hits, I'll drop to part-time, but that means nothing for the youth. Really, I'm just going to be alleviated of other responsibilities. So the youth ministry really won't be affected by that. So everything's going to stay the same for the coming foreseeable future, but they're going to form a search committee in the near future as well to begin to search for somebody new. So with that said, I ask you guys as parents to pray about that process, to pray that God would give wisdom to the search committee, to pray even that God would give wisdom to the church as they form the search committee and what that position will look like. But that God will prepare the heart of whoever that person is or that couple is, and also that God would give wisdom and discernment to the church. The second thing I ask parents, if you can help me out with, There is no reason other than we feel like this is God's next step for us as a family for us to take this step. So, if your students have any questions at all about like the why behind what we're doing and so forth, I'll be more than happy to talk with them. But you, as parents, can even help them process that to help them understand that God calls us to different things in different seasons of life. And one thing that I would ask for help is to help them understand that, hey, the youth ministry is still going to be the youth ministry, and they still have ownership in that. And my hope is that over the next few months that I'll continue to bolster that and help them understand that they're going to be the ones that kind of carry on culture, that kind of carry on what they're doing. Obviously, the new person has all the ability to seek God's guidance, and maybe there will be some changes and so forth. But I want the youth to know that they play a significant part and role in helping the student ministry in this transition. So if you as parents can just continue to prime the pump on that and to help them understand that there will be change, but that change can be good, and that they're going to be a part of a really cool process of this transition, and that the more on board they are with leading, the easier that transition is going to be, especially on the younger youth and those that are coming up. So if you can help me with those two things, that would be really awesome. And if you have any questions for me, or if your kid's asking you questions that you don't know how to answer, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to give you the answers to those questions as best I can. So I want to help them transition in the best way possible as well, and to process this. Obviously there's sadness in this. However, there's also hopefulness and knowing that God already has somebody in store, and that I trust that this next step for the student ministry will be a good step. I'm not downgrading me and Aaron and the importance that we play in the student ministry and the way that God's used us, and the sadness in us leaving, but I do want to hold out the hope that there are good things in store, that God has good things in store, not only for me and Aaron, but also for the student ministry and the church at large. So if you'll be in prayer about that, that would be awesome. And if you have any questions, or if your kids have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a good day.